So how does the Navy rank their sailors? That's a good question. And I know all the stripes, the crows, and the anchors can all be confusing, but don't worry because today I'm going to break it all down for you. Starting off with our junior enlisted sailors, or E1 through E3, you've got the scrubs of the Navy. You've got E1, also known as your seaman recruit. You're basically the new kid on the block. No rank, no stripes, and no respect just yet. You're here to learn, so keep your head down and your ears open. Next up, we've got E2, or seaman apprentice. And congratulations because you finally figured out where First Louis is. You're still at the bottom of the barrel, but at least you got 2 stripes to show for it. And next up, we got E3, or your seaman. Now you've acquired 3 stripes, and you're finally starting to look like you belong. People might actually ask you to do something important, or they're just going to send you on errands for the bulkhead remover. And our next group, we got the petty officers, or E4 through E6, and these are the workhorses of the Navy. Starting off with E4, or our 3rd class petty officer. Welcome to the E4 Mafia. You finally got a crow, but don't let it get to your head. You're still doing all the grunt work, but now you're in charge of it. Next up, we got E5, or petty officer 2nd class. You now have a crow with 2 chevrons. This is where the Navy really starts to trust you. You're leading teams, solving problems, and you're most likely reminding E4s not to screw up your good name. Next, we got our E6, or petty officer 1st class. A crow with 3 chevrons. Now these guys have been around the block, and you're the one that everybody looks to for the answers. At this point, if you're not leading, you're probably chewing somebody out for doing it wrong. Next up, we got our senior enlisted, or our chief petty officers. Now these guys run the Navy. Starting off with E7, we got chief petty officers, but you can just call them chief. And this is where the gold anchor is acquired. Now you've made it. You've sipped the Kool-Aid, and now you're a part of the club. It's pretty much a cult. You're the guru, the fixer, and the disciplinarian. And at this point, you've probably got a coffee cup permanently glued to your hand. Next up, we've got E8, or our senior chief petty officers. You're the chief, but with a star. Bigger team, bigger headache. You're the one making the big plays, and everyone knows not to waste your time. And at E9, we've got our master chief petty officers. A gold anchor with 2 stars. The godfather of the enlisted ranks. When you speak, people listen. You've got decades of experience with 0 patience for nonsense. Now, if you're really sipping the punch, you can acquire some special senior enlisted roles, such as command master chief, or even master chief petty officer of the Navy. The CMC is the senior enlisted advisor to the CO, or the commanding officer, and the MCPON, or the absolute highest enlisted rank in the Navy, is advisor to the chief of naval operations and highest Navy leadership.